All right, welcome back once again, everyone. My name is Ryan, and today we're getting back into Halo Campaign Evolved. We're back to two betrayals. I say back to, we just got here. Well, back to because we've kind of been here before. Same geographic region, at least, with Assault on the control room, right? We are returning to Halo's control center, Index in tow. Now we all know how that actually goes in the end. I'm very interested to see how the changes in the level design, how it plays, what new encounters await us. How is the Covenant going to fare against the Flood now? There were a few things I wanted to comment on as well. A few things left over from Assault on the Control Room, actually, because first I want to make a mental note that there's a few more things I want to say about a couple of the rooms when we get to them. Some of the redesigned interior rooms, Forerunner structures. But then also, one thing I didn't really mention at the end of Assault on the Control Room was how different Cortana was handled in that particular cutscene. She turned big and gold for whatever reason. I'm guessing, just a symptom of, I guess, all the Forerunner technology. Now, granted, I believe in the original game, she was like a larger projection. She was a larger hologram in the control center. But I don't remember changing color, at least not just yet. It was this cutscene, the beginning of Two Betrayals, where Cortana becomes much more green. She's typically purple, but in this cutscene, she turns kind of like a greenish color. But here, at least at the end of Assault on the Control Room, she was just straight up gold. And that was new. We've never seen something like that before. As I mentioned a lot earlier in the game, how a lot of the voice line deliveries were different. And that was another cutscene where a lot of the line deliveries from Cortana were very different from the original game. Like when Chief asks, what kind of weapon is it? And Cortana replies, "Oh, it's not a cudgel, you barbarian." In the original game, she sounds much more irritated, right? Like, why are you asking me such stupid questions? But in this one, the way she the way she said it was almost more playful. And maybe they're trying to do that to make her just more show kind of the friendly relationship between Chief and Cortana. I don't know that it really makes that much of a difference. I don't know. I just found the more aggressive line deliveries from the old Cortana to be a little bit more interesting. So I'm wondering, going into this, are we going to see more of the same? I guess I'm wondering how the line delivery is going to be different. How is the interaction between Cortana and Guilty Spark going to go? Is Cortana still going to get angry? Are we going to see more color changes? How's that all going to go? Assuming the cutscene goes the same way, because, we've seen a lot of differences in the last few missions, so I probably shouldn't be too hasty to assume anything. Okay, for now, let's get back in. Halo Campaign Evolved. Two Betrayals. I keep moving my microphone out of the way and then forgetting to move it back. Okay, there we go. And here we go. Hitched for a second there.
That any organism with sufficient mass and cognitive capability is a potential vector. On that point, all the tests were conclusive. Is something wrong?
Why did he teleport in so much later than Spark?
No, nothing.
Splendid. Shall we? Unfortunately, my usefulness to this particular endeavor has come to an end. Protocol does not allow units with my classification to perform a task as important as the reunification of the Index with the core. That final step is reserved for you, Reclaimer. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, really?
Cortana.
12 hours. 12 hours I've been stuck in here, watching you cozy up to that thing while it sharpens the knife to slit our throats.
Hold on. He's a friend.
Oh, I didn't realize. He's your pal, is he? Your chum? Do you have any idea what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the Flood, which is why we brought the Index to the control center.
You mean this?
A construct in core? That is absolutely unacceptable!
And yet...
What impertinence! I shall purge you at once!
You sure that's a good idea?
How dare you! How...
Do what? I have the Index. You can just float and sputter.
Enough! The Flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it? Halo doesn't kill Flood, it kills their food. Humans, Covenant, whatever. You're all equally edible. The only way to stop the Flood is to starve them to death. And that's exactly what Halo is designed to do. Wipe the galaxy clean of all sentient life. You don't believe me? Ask him.
Is it true?
More or less. Technically, this installation's pulse has a maximum effective radius of 25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit, this galaxy will be quite devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the Flood. But you already knew that. I mean, how couldn't you?
Left out that little detail, did he?
We have followed outbreak containment procedure to the letter. You were with me each step of the way as we managed this crisis.
Chief, I'm picking up movement.
Why would you hesitate to do what you've already done?
We need to go, right now.
Last time you asked me, if it were my choice, would I do it? Having had considerable time to ponder your query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here!
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply find another. Still, I must have the Index. Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
Huh. So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
Look out!
Okay,
Can't
good.
let
That
the
still
Monitor
works.
Activate the ring. We have to stop him. We have to destroy Halo.
Okay. Oh. Did I miss one?
According to my analysis of the available data, I believe the best course of action is somewhat risky. An explosion of sufficient size will help destabilize the ring and will cut through a number of primary systems. We need to trigger a detonation on a large scale, however. A starship's fusion reactors going critical would do the job.
Okay.
I'm going to search what's left of the Covenant BattleNet and see if I can locate the Pillar of Autumn's crash site. If the ship's fusion reactors are still relatively intact, we can use them to destroy Halo.
Okay, very nice. Yeah, no, that cutscene played out pretty much exactly how you'd expect it to, given the old one. Now, I did notice, I didn't really notice it last time, but Cortana is mostly gold, but she does kind of have like that outline of green and little like green highlights. So I did kind of mention that before. I think in the original she was more green with some more kind of like yellow or orange highlights. Now it seems it's just kind of flipped, right? Line deliveries, a little bit different, but nothing too crazy. Cortana sounded a little bit sassier. Your pal is your chum. But for the most part, I mean, for the most part, pretty consistent. A few like small changes here and there, but for the most part, yeah, generally what you'd expect. How's the control room look? We're doing more of like the hard light windows. I wonder if those could potentially be destroyed. They're more of a bluish hue, whereas the other ones have been... Well, no, I guess they all have been kind of blue. Let's get a look at the map room here. Now, the platform here is more... It's much thicker. It is a much thicker metal, whereas it used to be more of just like a thin glass. So, you know, fair enough, this probably does ultimately make a bit more sense. So here we can see Halo. The holograms are moving significantly less than in the old version. You know, in the original version, the large model of Halo would oscillate around quite a bit. And as well, the smaller versions orbiting between basis and threshold, this whole system, like, orbited, right? I guess if they're going for a little more realism, perhaps, there's not really a reason to have it moving around and orbiting. So maybe this is meant to be more of a, I don't know, realistic interpretation of the system map. I wonder if that applies to the large model as well, if that's meant to kind of show its rotation. Yeah, because it doesn't seem to be oscillating, just rotating. I think. I wonder if you let it run long enough, like if you just sat here in the control room and let it go. I wonder if you'd see it oscillate a little bit, or if it's just going to make rotations. But also, this is probably the most detailed, like, surface map of a Halo I think we've probably ever gotten. So that's interesting. Because I know someone put out a video, shoot, I don't remember their name. I know someone put out a video a while ago, like, mapping all the locations of events and points of interest in Halo Combat Evolved, onto a map of Halo. With this... Oh, I've got my notification turned up incredibly loud. With this, you could probably do something similar, just with a more updated map. Oh, come on, my volume doesn't want to turn down. There we go. That's better. But yeah, that would be... I wonder if that same YouTuber has gotten a hold of this map as well. That actually seems to be rotating quite quickly. I doubt it's accurate to like a true day-night cycle on Halo, but nonetheless, anyway, spend enough time here gawking at holograms. And once again, the control room does just look fantastic. Oop, let me get up on the edge here and get a gander over the edge. Man, it looks cool. All right. Anyway, onward. Wow, Covenant made short work of those Sentinels. How close can I get? More importantly, this is going to be kind of rough with just a plasma pistol. Good thing I can go back and pick up that sentinel beam if I really need to. Went through that way too far. Well, I got a jackal. It wasn't the one I was aiming for, but I got one. That's unfortunate. Okay, hey guys, I'll be right back. Hold that thought. Don't go anywhere. It's a different sound effect. But you know what? I don't mind it. Oh, there's multiple sentinel beams. One of them must have landed. 71... 73. Okay. No, I probably shot down more than one. I thought most of them had fallen off, but I guess not. Huh. Nice of them to just not pursue me back here. What's the range on this thing like? Not too bad. Ooh. Now see, this is nice. They've actually added cover to this location, which is very, very good. Because this is one place where in the original there was no cover at all. So I definitely appreciate that. Huh. You can burst fire the sentinel beam pretty effectively. Now I just got to get better at aiming. Yeah, this thing is nice. Cool. Alright, I actually kind of want to hold on to it if I can. Any fresh ones? 67%. 89%, okay. That must be an older one. Extra mention. Oh, you know what? Yeah, because originally this hallway had way more boxes in it, way more Covenant crates. All right, now I want to see. I want to see if this trick still works. I imagine it won't. Maybe. I can't believe he ducked my grenade by accident. But yeah, it seems enemies can't see through these shields, which I've always found very funny. Maybe it's just to prevent them from attempting to shoot you when they can't actually shoot you. So yeah, if I just... Interesting. So does killing an enemy with a melee from the sentinel beam also burn them? That's kind of funny if that's the case.
Time, in case the Monitor or his sentinels find a way to activate Halo's final weapon without the index.
Okay.
The machinery in these canyons are Halo's primary firing mechanisms.
Right.
They consist of 3 phase pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space. The power levels are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range. So if we damage or destroy these generators, the Monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time. I'm marking the location of the nearest pulse generator with a nav point.
Huh.
We need to move in and neutralize the device.
Sounds good, Cortana.
Commandeer that Banshee. We'll need it to reach the pulse generator in time.
How do you just know there's a Banshee down there? Because ordinarily she, again, that line is in the original, but she wouldn't say it until you were, you know, much lower and could actually see the Banshee. Okay. As high up as I can go. Do I take fall damage from here? Okay. So fall damage does still exist. It's just significantly reduced. We did discover that earlier on the silent cartographer, but wanted to see what kind of heights we were dealing with. I really like the sentinel beam. This is nice. Only problem is I'm probably going to run out of it really quickly. I don't know what you're talking about. Wow. Yeah, sentinel beam is really strong. And yeah, I still really like the Wow, they got like cool down. Okay. I like the effect. I mean, the effect itself is a little iffy, but just the idea that it like burns the bodies is really funny. And it's better than the weird way it would just like disintegrate them in Infinite. I guess it's not so much that it was weird that it disintegrated, but more just like the whole digitization thing always seemed kind of weird to me. Never quite vibed with that.
The heretic evades divine justice.
Divine justice, you say? One more shot. Nope. Come on. There we go. Well, that's almost all my sniper ammo gone already. But you know what? Used it on elites, so it's probably worth it. Man, there's a lot of you guys out here.
Precisely here. Under.
Way too close. Didn't want to risk him getting another hit off on me. Wow, these walkways going up the control room ziggurat are significantly larger. Also, there's no longer an interior. I guess there's still kind of the overhang, but you know, it used to be where it would go partially, it'd be like a tunnel portion in the middle. That works. Oh, you're still alive. What the hell? How did you survive that, but the jackal didn't? Oh, well, that ain't good. Yeah, how exactly am I going to do this? Oh, this is much more open. I don't like that. I do not like how open this area is. Ooh, that was incredibly risky. Especially when I was talking so much last time about melee being very potentially dangerous and inconsistent. I'm seeing if I can prove myself wrong. This area being this open is terrifying. Okay, so we got a rocket and some ammo. That's good. Come on, a little more. There we go. 3%. You think I can do it on 3%? Ooh, that was a fully charged plasma pistol. That could have killed me. And I'm quickly running out of weapon options. Jackals don't seem to react to grenades quite as hard as they used to. Oh my god, almost died. Plasma rifle at long range is definitely not the most effective option. Just keep moving, just keep moving. Okay. That ain't good. Mistakes may have been made. Yeah, this is very, very bad. Yeah, I'm dead here. Oh, I am extremely dead. Yeah. Yeah, that lower area being more open means that the Wraith has more mobility to move around as well. They did not do that before. The Wraith would always sit comfortably over in that corner and leave you alone. Oh, hey, you're still alive. Only almost died, it's fine.
Heresy ends with you.
Seems like perhaps as long as you're able to get the first hit off, you might be okay. Oh my god, you can arc over the bridge and actually hit me there. That's terrifying. Huh. I feel like there used to be like either more ammo or more weapons around here. Was there a pistol back up top? Wow. Man, the Sentinel Beam is incredibly strong. I don't like how much range that Wraith has. Terrible aim. Where does plasma rifle go? Am I losing my mind? He dropped a plasma rifle, right? Am I blind? Where'd it go? Oh, they are just coming for me. Damn. Yeah, something feels different here. Like, It kind of feels like the entire area had just been made bigger. And so once again, we're just kind of suffering from having less stuff and cover around. Oh. Because without like a good headshot weapon, it's going to be very difficult to pick off a lot of these enemies. Could potentially try rushing the Banshee, but that seems kind of risky too. Okay. That's the field marshal taken care of. Okay, now I'm going to make a mental note. You've got a plasma rifle right there. Waste. And, okay, you're empty already. Yeah, everything just feels so much more open. Alright, see if we can take down the Wraith.
Alert. Pulse generator is still online.
Alright.
We need to neutralize all three. I
Right.
recommend seizing a Banshee and flying to the nav point on your display.
Cortana, do you for some reason think that I'm not trying to do that? I'm trying to figure out how to deal with these elites, Cortana. We don't really have the right weapons for the job here. See, is this not where... Yeah, all the dead enemies and weapons behind us have all been garbage cleaned up already. The garbage cleanup script is way too aggressive. There's no way to backtrack to pick up weapons. That was like a thing you could always do in the original, and now it's like they just don't want you to ever be able to backtrack. And I don't understand why. I've seen this in so many games recently, where it's like the second you're not looking at a weapon, it just gets deleted from the world. So it's like, oh, you better not ever run out of ammo because you're just not allowed to ever go back and pick one up. So now I'm stuck here having ranged battles with a plasma rifle. That's neat. Yeah, that's something that's been bothering me about Halo games for a long time. Is it seems like at some point they just got incredibly aggressive with the garbage cleanup. Geez, I remember seeing that a lot in Halo 4. Actually, I actually remember a time when that didn't kill him. Are you for real? There we go. I remember I killed a jackal. I killed a sniper jackal, looked down straight at their beam rifle laying on the ground. I was already holding one, so I didn't want to swap it out yet. I turned around, shot an enemy, looked back, and the gun was gone. Just like that. Literally looked away and looked back, and the game decided to remove the weapon while I wasn't looking at it. It said, you don't need that anymore.
Good. Let's get moving. The nav
Oh,
point
and they're
marks
already
our
shooting
target.
at me. All right, let's clear these guys out. Okay. Nice thing about the Reach Banshee is how it momentum carries over through Banshee tricks. Now I wanted to do this actually. It's kind of weird how they... Okay, there we go. That's how Banshees are supposed to sit when there's no one in them. I wanted to see if I could look inside. Huh, that screen is a little disappointing compared to the old Banshees. I feel like the old Banshees had a much cooler looking interior. And at the very least, I'm glad that the Banshees have their old style, like landing skids back. Although it seems like the effect here isn't quite lined up with the port on it. But nonetheless, I still wish they had their old canopy as well. Oh no, I just prefer the original Banshee design over the Reach version. So this one's a nice middle ground. I'll give it that. But then also, I'll say this as well, right? There are a lot of things that I just prefer in Halo 1 that other games changed or altered that I just always preferred the way they worked in Halo 1. And I always wish that the Banshee was treated more like a miniature fighter jet, right? And the original Halo 1, the original Halo Combat Evolved, was the only game where I really got that impression for it, right? That was the only game where it felt like a miniature fighter jet, not like a, I don't know, like a hovercraft. Because at some point they decided that you should be able to like really effectively hover in place. Actually, hold on. Is that the... Oh, so actually, so you can hold down A or back on the left stick. Interesting. Now, at least you do solve the trick where if you do break entirely, you just kind of fall. That's kind of cool. Oh, but also, down here, we've removed the underside area. What do you call it? It's like underneath the brace, right? There was like a little cavern, and there'd usually be like ammo and stuff hidden in there. But it looks like they decided they didn't need that. Additionally, So I almost wonder, it looks like you don't even really need to use the elevator. Like in Assault on the Control Room. Because you could always just jump off the bridge onto the brace and then just run down, it looks like. Well, anywho. Time to go get to the first pulse generator. You're gonna try and EMP me? He was thinking about it. Because imagine how much more difficult it would be to deal with enemy banshees if they also... Oh, okay, bye. If they also behave similar to the way that you pilot them. Because it's weird, right? It's like enemies attempt to pilot them like they're miniature fighter jets, but that's not the way that they actually handle. They almost work better as like VTOLs or like helicopters, but that's not the way that the AI controls it. Baited. Okay, let's just park you right... Oh, there's another one. Okay, now I think that's everyone. Close enough. All right, so now we've got the fuel rod cannon. First time using this in this setting. Actually, was it available in the custom edition? It might have been. Very interesting design as well. Now this...
That's the pulse generator.
It
the
sure
central core
is.
is the signal amplifier. That's what we need to shut down. There should be 3 power conduits nearby. Focus your attention there.
Oh. Oh, that's different. Okay. I was about to say, this room, the design of this room is like 1-to-1 with the original, very nearly. This thing is smaller, but other than that... Yeah, this is like a 1-to-1 recreation. That's neat. Okay. So the way we destroy the phase pulse generator is different now. We're no longer using our suit's energy shields as a walking EMP. Okay, that's neat. Fuel rods leave a little like green fire on the ground for a few seconds. I wonder if that does additional damage, like if you walk into it.
Objective accomplished. The pulse generator has overloaded. Scanning. The generator's central core is offline.
Oop.
Well done.
Damn.
The second pulse generator is located in the adjacent canyon. Move out and I'll mark the target.
Cortana, are you not seeing what's going on here? Okay, so I need to be a little quicker on the draw. I knew Sentinels were coming in, but I wasn't sure how aggressive they were going to be. Turns out, very aggressive.
Objective accomplished. The pulse generator has overloaded.
You just appeared there.
The generator's central core is offline. Well done. The second pulse generator
where did
is
they...
located in the adjacent canyon. Move out and I'll mark the target with a nav point. when
I'm
we get
extremely
closer.
sure they literally just materialized in the room, because there's nowhere that that Sentinel could have come from. Well, at least they go down pretty quick. Very nice. I'll take that. Would it actually be worth just... Let's see, 7, 8, 9. You have 9 rounds. You've got 3. I'll risk it taking the fuel rod. Okay, Sentinels are significantly squishier than they were previously. Oh, another fuel rod. Not entirely sure where you came from, but I'll take it. All right. Well, that's one down. My Banshee moved. Granted, I'm pretty sure it did that in the original as well. I'm probably thinking of Assault on the Control Room. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure there were like hunters on this bridge at one point, but I think I'm thinking of the end of Assault on the Control Room. However, pretty sure we were also supposed to see fuel rod grunts on the bridge. Eh, whatever. I've already got my fuel rod. Almost. Well, he tried. I'm sorry. Oh, no. Okay, see, again, you're in a hallway with literally no cover. What are you supposed to do there? Yeah. This is why they need to have the bends in the hallways and not just have them be straight, unobstructed hallways.
I have located searching area.
Well, that kind of worked. Okay, way too close to death. Nope, standing on the green fire does not hurt me. Now, what caught me so off guard when first opening that door was just the sheer amount of how the flood has spread already. Like, geez, where did all this come from? What is above me here? Just in case. Jeez. Whew. I didn't really explore this room all that much on the last go through because there was a bunch of hunters and stealth elites in here that I just do not feel like dealing with. Okay. I am definitely not regretting keeping the fuel rod. Oh, that's bad. Speaking of things I didn't want to have to deal with. Huh. Time to go. More. Oh no. I may have cornered myself. Can you explode, please? Perfect. Can I get through here? I sure can. So is this the same thing? Can you not actually hit me from here? I have no idea. But man, you take a lot of punishment. It also doesn't help that I'm pretty sure you're considered flesh and I don't have any anti-flesh weapons at the moment. Now granted, they also seem to be far less aggressive than I would expect them to be. So they'll chase you for a few seconds. Oh hey, I got one. Now these guys are full-on bullet sponges. Now it's not always a bad thing. However, I do wish I had some weapons that could deal with them a little bit more effectively. Where... And again, their AI just seems to not actually be very good. Like, it seems like he doesn't actually know how to reach me from there. Does he not realize that it can just run up the ramp? Yeah, the tank's AI seems to be a little bit, not very great. It gets like halfway up the ramp and then forgets what it's doing. I really don't know how to feel about those enemies. I want to like them a lot more than I do, but they just kind of feel really dumb in like multiple senses of the word. Maybe it's just because I don't have like the proper weapons to deal with them at the moment, so they're annoying to actually kill. But then it seems like any difference in elevation at all just completely breaks their AI and makes them just not work. I don't know, they're very strange. And again, I didn't really explore this room all that much, so I kind of want to take it in. Didn't explore that much in Assault on the Control Room. Now I want to, I guess, give it more of a chance. Granted, a lot of it's blocked off with flood stuff, so that's going to be neat. As we're going to be going back through a lot of these rooms, we're going to see how the flood has changed them. I take it. We're going to be seeing how they're different. All right, we're back up on these bridges, and oh boy, the bridges where we removed a lot of the cover. This should be questionable. Then again, if we're dealing with Flood and not Stealth Elites, maybe it'll be better. Jeez, that was a lot of damage. Okay. Well, at least the shotgun is extremely effective as a crowd control weapon. That's a bonus, I suppose. Oop. Man, and the Sentinel Beam just does so much damage. It's actually insane. Yeah, that is incredibly strong. Keep expecting more Flood to show up. Maybe that's once I cross over to the next bridge. Yeah, I really expected there would be more Flood there.
Warning, incoming flood.
I see that. Oh. That's different. That's neat, having them just break through the ceiling. Oop, that ain't good. Okay. Because shoot, which game was it? Was it Halo 2, Halo 3? Where like once your shields were down, if an infection form just touched you at all, you just instantly died. Now at least we're actually able to see the damage we're taking from it. That's nice. That is significantly preferable. Huh. Thanks for the ammo. I appreciate you. So this door is still stuck, right? Okay. Really? We both had the same idea.
Searching for the blasphemy. Plasma! No! Red barns! Take it! Cut! The heretics will pay for this loss!
Huh. Well, the waypoint is directing me to go this way. But what's over here? Is this just blocked off? So this way is just blocked off now. There is.
Your journey hostile contact!
Well, this isn't going well. Okay, that's two.
Under attack!
Okay.
Sweep this sector.
There are so many elites. Hey guys, wouldn't you rather go fight the space zombies? I feel like you should definitely go fight the space zombies instead of me, and you should just kind of ignore me.
Danger is nigh!
Man, the shotgun is just incredibly good. If for no other reason that it seems to inflict a lot of, like, I don't know, stun damage on elites.
Flee from this corner.
Assuming I'm close enough. Which there I clearly wasn't. It's like, if I hit them with enough of an impact, they stagger for a second, right? Like Dark Souls or some nonsense. But it has to hit them all at once. So if I'm too far away, it just doesn't work. Oh. I'm surprised I got you, honestly. Yeah, the amount of shots it takes to kill anything with the plasma rifle is just really annoying. So were they just stuck down here? Were the Flood just stuck down here trying to, like, shoot up into the windows or something? What were they doing? Again, that feels like the AI just kind of wasn't working very effectively. Oh my god, where did you come from? You probably got reanimated, huh? Hey, checkpoint. Okay, we're good. Now I can be reckless and do stupid things, like punch infection forms. That melee lunge is so aggressive. More around the corner. Sounds like we've got a Banshee outside. Yep. We've got several Banshees. Oh no. That tells me that there are 3 Rocket Flood out there somewhere. Hey, you should shoot at the rocket guys instead of me, Mr. Banshee. I wonder if it would allow us... Well, first I'd have to get a plasma pistol. I wonder if we would be allowed to attempt to hijack a Banshee. I wonder if that's something the game would allow us to do. We got one of the Rocket Flood. There's at least 2 more out there that I'm aware of. And the Banshees do not want to play nice. Okay, one less Rocket Flood. For my own survival, my best bet's probably just to get out there and grab one of those rockets. Possibly. Want to leave at least one of you in at least semi-decent condition. Jeez. Ooh. Oh, I'm stuck. Damn. Got stuck in the damn corner. Yeah, honestly, I still stand by that. I understand it's legendary, but yeah, things just do too much damage. No idea how I didn't die from that. That kills you? Really? Okay. Jeez, totally thought he was gonna... Where'd my melee attack go? Why did my melee miss? What's the point of having a tracking lunge on melee attacks if it just misses anyway? What's the point? Okay. I lost track of which Banshee I was shooting. Dang. Okay. That's one. It's two. And three. Okay. All three rocket fled down. Jeez. The flood took care of one of the Banshees for me, so that's nice. Keep track of the Banshee's location so I don't expose myself more than necessary. Oh, there's something big around this corner. Is it just, yeah, massive infection forms? Yeah. Okay. One more. Where's the Banshee? I hear it. There you are. It... And the cleanup script deleted all of the bodies and the rockets. Okay. Sure. Okay. The garbage cleanup script is way too aggressive. Way too aggressive. Why is it removing weapons from an encounter that I haven't even cleared yet? That is so irritating. All right. This room. It is the one with the bridge. So is that going to be like more of a factor now? Let me guess. I could go that way, but do I want to? Honestly, I have no idea what I want to do. This all just sounds awful. Shotgun flood. Your shield shader seems to not be working. Okay, let's see if we can just get out of here. Never mind. I'll be back for you guys momentarily. Okay. It's missing in spite of being on a red reticle. Whew. Good thing we have the shotgun, though. That is absolutely going to carry us. I also got to get used to the new noise for the carrier forms, so that I know when they're nearby. Don't want them sneaking up on us. Hello? There we go. Is it possible? Okay. Okay, no, it looks like they've kind of fixed the elevator. In the original game, it was possible to fall in between the gaps between the elevator and the elevator shaft. So, like, if you... Actually, that's a little bit weird. So can you just... Because actually, this little walkway here was wider, and the control panel was further out. I'm pretty sure it was possible to, like, walk around and activate... I mean, you still can activate it from this side, but like it just made a little more sense. Like that was the platform you would wait for the elevator, right? But you could like walk through the control panel and then fall down. It was kind of funny. Now this, I definitely remember. The tragic remains of Fireteam Zulu. So now this is actually one of the types of rooms that I wanted to kind of revisit and further commentate on, because, well, more specifically, just call it. So this type of room was one of the rooms that was repeated several times, and what they would do, right, is you'd have these ramps that would go towards the center, but there was like a wall separating them, right? So like right where I'm standing, there'd be a wall. So like I couldn't just walk to the other side like this, but the end might be open. Or it might not be. They would sometimes block it off just to create different like room variations. So it would be the same like base type of room, but then they would make they would just add or remove objects to create variations of the room and reuse it based on how they wanted it to flow. So kind of how they're doing now with like adding the flood stuff to block off certain areas. It was kind of like that, except in the original game you didn't have the addition of flood biomass. So like if a room was changed in between Assault in the control room and now, it'd be some kind of like damage, although I can't think of off the top of my head an instance where that specifically occurred. Also, you used to be able to, there used to be like platforms, not a platform, but like a little ledge where you could jump up here and use that to kind of bypass some of the enemies in this particular encounter. But it looks like they don't want you doing that anymore. I say that because there was a particular flood combat form that would hide on top of one of them and ambush you as you were trying to leave, which was kind of funny. Man, I went through all that ammo already? Dang. Oh, you are on me. Okay, time to go. There are multiple flood tanks in here, and I feel like it's probably in my best interest to attempt to avoid them if possible. I say that as I run directly towards one. Yep, you do the thing, and I'll leave. How does that sound?
Heretic spotted! Stay alert. Heresy is near. I will take this one.
I do not have the correct weapons for this.
He must be near.
Okay, let's take care of the next pulse generator.
Whew, okay, that was sketchy. Any... Okay, I couldn't tell if I was hearing a banshee or a ghost. It might just be a ghost. Also, yeah, I know this has been talked about extensively, but I never mentioned it. How the ghost thrusters melt the snow. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Wow. Okay, I am taking a lot of damage. Thank goodness I was apparently doing more damage. Those things can take quite a bit of punishment. Man, they are really going hard with the addition of the flood biomass. Anything new over here? So they really want you, if you're taking a vehicle, they really want you to go through this central channel. I mean, there's going to be something down here. That'll do it. Oh, that banshee is still up there. Okay, I thought I heard a banshee. It's just the same banshee from the bridges, just... It's still there, doing things. Because no one ever got rid of it. Oh, that is multiple shade turrets. I need to not be in the way of those. You know what I can do with that? Jeez, why does it take so many rounds, so many ghost rounds, to kill you? Alright, Banshee. I now have everything I need. Is it gonna let me? No, it doesn't let you hijack Banshees? Dang. Thought it gave me a prompt for something there for just a second. Come on. Oh my god.
Cover me!
Except for some reason when you hijack Banshees, the pilot is invisible momentarily. Yeah, having them allow you to hijack Banshees completely changes how this mission can potentially work. That's actually nuts. Because we're not supposed to be able to have a Banshee until well past this point. But now I can just say, screw all of that and leave. Huh. Oh, someone's trying to snipe me, and I don't appreciate it. Yeah, let's just completely avoid the Jackal snipers, shall we? I am on board with that plan. That's one. I saw at least two. Where's the other one? There you are. That's two. Wow, the roof of this building is much different. Ooh, time to get out of Dodge. Yeah, this is going to be kind of sketchy with all the shade turrets. Or maybe not, because apparently they don't know how to aim up. Banshee is severely damaged, though. Thank goodness, though, that they put the Banshee bomb, the Banshee fuel rod, on its own button instead of having it be like Reach, where you had to switch back and forth between them. I do greatly appreciate that change. Granted, it is more in line with Halo 1, but since we're running on Reach logic, I wasn't sure which one they were going to go with. I am glad they went with this method. It looked like the hallway beyond that door had not actually loaded when that elite was standing next to it. Did I get myself stuck? I got myself unstuck. Okay, let's... Is that a live wraith? It is. Let's not go that way. You know... I didn't want to use this Banshee just yet, but... Actually, why is there a control panel here? I don't know what this does. Like that door? Was that door not open before? Some kind of secret, perhaps? This is new. Oh my god, he almost got me. Oh, they just full send those things. They just full auto the fuel rods. We got each other. Damn. Oh, that's disappointing. Man, no checkpoints, really? Hello? Ah, I missed. What happened there? The Banshee, like, nicked me with one shot? Like, granted, I was already damaged, but I didn't think I was that damaged. Dang. Okay. That's much better. I have to be careful about my altitude, because that's how the shade turrets get ya. Good thing AI Banshees just never use the fuel rod. Dang, that's a lot of damage. Okay. See if I can get myself a checkpoint this time. Yeah, it's a little weird to me that you can use the Banshee's fuel rod extremely aggressively, but for some reason, when the AI is driving it, they just never do. They just never use it. Can I get myself a checkpoint? So yeah, that door was locked. So the control panel over here is for that door for whatever reason. I wonder if it's not giving me a checkpoint because I'm like technically in combat with a bunch of enemies. See if I can. Man, did it already clean up the... It did. It already cleaned up this Grunt's fuel rod. Man, the garbage collecting script is so incredibly aggressive here. I don't like it. I'm gonna keep complaining about it. Well, let's try it, I suppose. Not 100% sure what to do or expect, but here goes nothing, I guess. I saw the elite. I saw the sword at the last second. Ah, that's irritating. Yeah, the most effective way to kill banshees is to just fly directly up their ass and hit the fuel rod button. Unless you miss because you're bad. Then it's slightly less effective. And then you miss twice just for good measure, just in case they thought you were sorry. Can shade turrets just not aim up? Where did the other banshee come from? And holy shit, what was that damage? Says the guy who's just running around one-shotting banshees by fuel rodding them. Oh my god. Yep, saw that coming. Okay, I really wish that they would bring back vehicles having their own health bar. I really, really need someone to bring that back because I want to know exactly what the health value is of my vehicle. I don't want to have to guess. Actually... I guess if it was more... Actually, because I'm kind of contradicting myself here, right? Because I was praising last time when the Flood tank, you know, didn't have a health bar, but I could tell how damaged it was just by looking at it. And yet here I am saying that I want to know my vehicle's exact health status. Now... I guess my issue with that is that I still... Not my issue. My issue with how it currently works is that I still take shield damage, right? Even when I'm in vehicles. So that tricks my brain into thinking, oh, I still have shields, I'm good. And then my vehicle explodes because my vehicle ran out of health. So it's like pick one or the other, right? Either have me and the vehicle share a health bar, or just have the vehicle have its own health bar. And if the vehicle has its own health bar and it's not visible to me, and we're just relying on looking at how damaged the vehicle is, then by all means just do that. Just don't do both. Don't have it damage my health bar, but then be actually affecting a separate health bar that I can't see. For some reason that just really screws with my brain. Network connection is lost apparently. I don't know why I need network connection. I'm not playing online, so cool, I guess. Or was I taking damage from there for a second? Okay. Is there some place I can go to activate a checkpoint? I'm sorry, what? That wasn't the Wraith somehow shooting up here, was it? Oh my god, it is. That's something. I know, I keep getting back in the damage Banshee. Jeez, what's with the anti-air wraith? Okay, what if... Can I go in here? Can I activate a checkpoint in here? Because this is not the way to the next canyon. This is just the next pulse generator. So I should, in theory, be able to go in here and activate a checkpoint, no? Of course, this place is going to have its own problems. Hey, checkpoint done. That's exactly what I needed. Thank you very much, game. Appreciate you. Okay, we'll be coming back to that. Okay, now we can go... and fail at this as many times as we want. Ooh, that was sketchy. Don't need to. Is that the stealth elite? It sure is. Okay, so far so good. Wow, I managed to contort myself into a control panel. Man, I'm pretty sure that was the last grunt too. That's irritating. Even more irritating because, again, I'm pretty sure that in the original game, fuel rods on Legendary were not a one-shot. I'm extremely confident of that. Okay. I'll hold my thought for just a moment. Whoa, was that grunt in that flood form allying against me? What was that? Okay. Now don't... Jeez. Oh, these are Spec Ops grunts, aren't they? Explains why they all have fuel rods. He almost got me again. Okay, are we good? Oh yeah, these are totally Spec Ops grunts. We're seeing them a mission early. But you know what? It's appropriate. Which means that these guys are Spec Ops elites. So... does that mean that all instances of stealth elites in this game are just Spec Ops elites now? Because I'm not sure I like that. Now, however, this does... because I think I actually said in Assault on the Control Room that I wish there was like one room that was just like an exact copy paste of the original, this would be it. Now, this is like a bonus room. This room, I'm pretty sure, did not exist in the original game. Well, this room did, the layout did, but its location did not. We can go even further. Interesting. Yeah, because ordinarily there is no way to access this side, this door. The door on the opposite side is where the pulse generator is, right? This door was just an extra door. It was just set dressing. It was just scenery. It didn't have like an extra purpose as far as I know. So this is like just a whole bonus area that I guess is... I'm not 100% sure where we're going with this, actually. I don't know if there's going to be like a skull at the end of this. I have no clue where we're going with this. Man, the noises the carrier forms make now is unsettling. Okay. What is this? Is this literally... I think this is literally just a collection of all the... That was kind of cool, the first person POV shot of the infection form. I think that's maybe what this is. I think this is just a collection of all of the original rooms. Ow. Oh my god, he's still going. Please tell me it hasn't cleaned up all the weapons. Okay, good. This is a terrible idea. Jeez. Ah! Man, the fact that you can't even jump over their attacks, that feels bad. Okay, well, let's try it again. Oop. Ow. I was afraid I was too close. Friendly fire by the flood? I knew I was too close, but I risked it, and it wasn't worth it. Oh, backpack reload? Huh. My god, they can take a lot of damage. That was just one tank, right? There's still another one to deal with? Yep. Almost killed myself by a chain reaction. That would have been not great. Okay, maybe I'm just overthinking those guys. Maybe shotgun is just the way to go. Man, they both only have 2 left. Checkpoint. Aha! And all that for a skull. Mythic. Nice. Now, let's see. If memory serves, I think someone did discover, so like I mentioned, right, in the original game, that that door I went through out in the canyon was never actually accessible in-game. If memory serves, someone did discover that, like, if you did go through the door, right, like, there was actually a space modeled on the other side. It was just never used in-game, right? And it was another phase pulse generator room. I think this is a reference to that, to a degree. Like, not only is there the skull, but, like, obviously this is another variant of the phase pulse generator room, but also these rooms are just, you know, much more similar. Ooh, I wonder if you could actually get up there. Oh, wow, very nearly can. These rooms are also much, much more similar to the original rooms from the original level. Like, almost identical. Man, it's almost scary how similar they feel. And hey, as well, I also learned shotgun is pretty goated against flood tanks. Two rockets. Interesting that it didn't clean up all of these fuel rods. I really don't understand how the garbage cleanup script works. Did I hear another one? I felt like I was hearing another one. So, like, when I mentioned in Assault on the Control Room, right, that you'd have to, like, platform up to the higher level platforms, this is what I meant. Are you not able to get up here, or am I just being dumb? There we go. That's better. Is there a way to get even higher? I don't think so. I imagine they probably didn't really intend for you to do any more than that. But still, very cool that they... I love that they put these rooms in here, and I love that they use them for an Easter egg and skull hunt. That is a very, very nice touch. Yeah, because this hallway is one that would ordinarily be between the two twin bridges, I believe, if memory serves. It was either there or immediately after. And actually, I think there's 2 instances of that hallway. I think. Man, I actually do need to go back and replay Halo 1 now. Yeah, I know there's 2 instances of this hallway in the original game. I believe one is in between the two twin bridges. The other one, I'm actually forgetting. I want to say it's potentially after the two twin bridges, leading to the final canyon, where you actually find the control room. But that one I might actually be blanking on. And I get a fresh Banshee to go along with it. Very nice. That was a really nice little addition. Nice little Easter egg. Okay, even more bizarre with the cleanup script is we did all that and this plasma pistol is still here. I do not understand how the garbage cleanup script works. It thoroughly confounds me.
Same as the last generator, we need to destroy the 3 power conduits.
Sure. I wonder why. I wonder why they decided to change it to the whole like shoot the objective thing. And I'll explain what I mean by that in a minute for anyone who hasn't played the original game for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure why you're watching me if you haven't, but who am I to tell you what to do? I'm not your dad. Okay. So what I mean by that is in the original game, Cortana gives you some line about how, oh, she did something to put your shield in phase or something with the pulse generators so that when your shield comes in contact with the pulse generator, it delivers an EMP burst. It disables the pulse generator, but also temporarily disables your shield. So actually what happens? Can I just... Nope, does nothing. So yeah, in the original game, that's how you disable the phase pulse generators. You just walk into it. It disables your shields, but also destroys the pulse generator. I wonder why they decided to instead make it a shoot the power core thing. And actually, you know what? I probably don't need to use my fuel rod on that, do I? I can probably just... Yep. I don't know why I just assumed I would need an explosive for that without actually testing it. It's kind of silly of me if you actually think about it. Actually, you don't need to think about it. It's just silly. Is it going to spawn sentinels or a shit ton of flood?
Warning, incoming flood.
That answers my question. Like right now, Cortana? Also, I've always wondered, how do the flood even get up here? Because, like, we needed a Banshee. What did they climb? How did they get up here?
That did it. The pulse generator overloaded. One more to go.
Ah! The fuel rod flood is new. We've seen rocket flood, now we have fuel rod flood. I'm scared. And actually that long hallway with the
Pillar of Autumn. She put down 1,200 kilometers upspin. Energy readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up.
Very good to know. I remember
Systems on the Pillar of Autumn have fail-safes even I can't override without authorization from the captain. The code is stored in his neural implants. We'll need to find him to start the fusion core detonation.
Okay. The reason specifically that I remember that long hallway with like the little side alcoves that I was mentioning across the way here is because one of those hallways is where you encounter one of the rocket flood. And it's very funny because you'll just go around the corner and hear the rocket fire from way back. And if you don't react, you die. There were also multiple rocket flood in that cave. I just decided to full send it and risk it. So now this, I think I mentioned when we were doing Assault on the Control Room that I remember the shape of these doors on Assault on the Control Room and why these ones are different. Because in the original game, when you open this one, it breaks. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, pretty much exactly like that, as a matter of fact. Except when it breaks, the Flood are much more aggressive about coming through the opening. Jeez. Thank goodness for the shotgun. Now, what are the odds I can fit the Banshee through here? Like, I shouldn't be able to fit the Banshee through here. But what are the odds that I can anyway? I'd say pretty low. That does not look promising whatsoever. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure they probably tested this, right? There's no way it's gonna like allow you. I wonder if you could potentially like shoot off the wings. I feel like I'm just gonna kill myself doing this, and it's gonna be really funny. Yeah, there's no way this works, right? That was interesting. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill myself if I keep trying that. Okay, fine, I'll do it the correct way. Yeah, see, the Flood's melee attacks are very well telegraphed. Why couldn't we do that with the rest of the enemies? Oh, speaking of... Okay, so the secret to Flood tank forms is just have a shotgun. Because, man, that was way easier than whatever I was trying to do before. Why are you running in slow motion? So step 1, simply have a shotgun. Step 2, pretend you're playing Dark Souls or something and time your parries. I don't know. There's a rocket flood over there. There is one less rocket flood over there. The fact that the fuel rod is apparently a one-shot on me, but not a one-shot on shielded Flood is moderately disappointing. Remember on Assault on the Control Room how I was talking about those bridges... Those bridges not having the little side alcove things was a really bizarre decision. And how it removed a lot of cover from the bridge. I'm sorry, where'd the second one come from? There was only one of you before. It's the Hunter melee all over again. That was not in range. Okay. Okay, so there's one of you. Where's the other one now, or was that just a fluke? Okay, so they're only sometimes stunned by the shotgun. See, now I'm just being impatient because I'm annoyed. Because that was dumb. So, throwing a grenade in their face also stuns them? Apparently? Okay. Was not expecting that. Yeah, just look how wide open this bridge is with no cover whatsoever. I don't know why. Because, like, ordinarily, you'd be able to, like, duck into a little cubby hole on the side here, but that's just not an option for some reason, and I don't understand why they felt it was necessary to remove that. Okay, so that door still works. Is it worth checking around for more weapons and resupplies? Not seeing anything over there immediately. And wow, this is going to be another long one, huh? This is going to be longer than Truth and Reconciliation. That one's just already open, apparently. Interesting. Oh, thank goodness, a ghost. Why do you look weird? Said every woman I've ever loved. Wait, what? Well, at least they're nice enough to give us a ghost. That was not there in the original. So you know what? Small mercies and all that. That's the break. We removed the, Shoot, yeah, what all Halo games could you do that in? I know for a fact in Halo 1... Is that the only one? The Ghost used to be able to do a wheelie. That's all I remember. I know for a fact you could do it in Halo 1. I'm not 100% sure about 2 and 3. But it seems that they have removed that functionality, which is disappointing. Hey, we made it anyway. Is there anything else up here? Actually, you know what? I don't want to blow you up. I want to see if I can get a plasma pistol instead. I saw that. Huh. There used to be much more of a hill there that the Covenant were camped in on. But I guess not anymore. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Now this is a nice little attention to detail, right? In the original game, this was just a random like rock, right? They just threw a random rock in here. Assume it's supposed to be a cave-in or something like that. But now, since we're blocking everything off with flood stuff, we do flood stuff instead. That's kind of cool. Is someone just shooting off rockets? Did somebody kill the Banshee? I am not seeing the Banshee. That is unfortunate. So it may be in my best interest to just avoid this little battle here. For some reason, I was thinking there was more back in here. Oh, they've just moved it. Okay. Got some rocket ammo. I don't currently have rockets, however, so that's a little disappointing. Okay. Good thing the Flood apparently don't know how to use the lock-on for the rockets. That is incredibly fortunate for everybody else. Now, the other reason it was important, although I guess it's no longer important because they just let you do it now. The other reason I brought up the whole ghost being able to do wheelie things earlier is because originally here, this cave was just, not cave, cliff was a little steeper, right? You weren't supposed to be able to bring vehicles over it, but using the ghost's wheelie capability, you could, right? Because it would raise the nose of the ghost up a little bit, just enough for you to get over that lip. Here, they just decided to streamline it, make it easier for you. That is a rocket flood. That Wraith is aiming for me, isn't it? Nailed it. What are the odds I can just rush in there and grab a Banshee? Rather than having to fight through all this nonsense. Y'all do a lot of damage. That's very... The Wraith is really growing on me. Or at least it's projectile, right? I didn't do it that time. Ooh, that sounded very close. There's one. Ooh, Ghost is very damaged. Wow, they actually got me with that EMP. Okay, I can still get around the... Wow, they can hit there? That's scary and unfortunate. As long as you guys keep just EMPing me and not like grenade me or anything, I think I'm... Turns out I will not in fact be okay. Ghost ran out of health. Okay. Oh. Let the flood do their thing. Let's definitely not draw the attention of the flood. Let them work it out. And those are some crazy lens flares on those wraiths. Where'd the sound on my ghost go? My ghost apparently no longer makes sound. Ah, there we go. I just had to remind it that it could. That's coming right for me. That's spooky. I am really playing with fire here. What on earth was that noise? Ooh, still debating whether or not it'd be worth it to just try rushing one of the Banshees. The field marshal over there. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a lot of damage. Almost drove right into that Wraith mortar. That would have been incredibly unfortunate. That one's coming my way. Dang. They have me pretty dialed in. Also, they can fire without actually facing your direction. That's a little weird. But again, I'm pretty sure that was a thing in Reach, too. Unfortunate as that may be. Why is my microphone so far? There we go. I don't like how that works. Man. Okay, hold on. I need to go check something. Because I could have sworn there was meant to be... So yeah, we've got the rocket ammo. Huh. Was that moved, removed, or am I actually misremembering? Because I could have sworn there was like a sniper somewhere back here as well. Because that's how I would typically... I feel like that's how I typically manage that part. Was picking off priority enemies from a distance as much as I could. Yeah, all the enemies back here have definitely despawned because I know I didn't kill them all. This ghost is definitely on its last legs as well. Man, yeah, they are not giving me a whole lot of good options here in terms of the weapons I bring to the fight. Well, like Cortana says, may have to get creative. The only problem is that in this context, I have no idea what that means.
Alert. Pulse generator is still online.
I'm
We need to
aware,
neutralize all
Cortana.
three. I recommend seizing a Banshee and flying to the nav point in your display.
So that was not the play.
So passes an enigma.
Okay. Those dang jackals and their quick trigger fingers on the dang overcharge. Don't rocket me, don't rocket me, don't rocket me, don't rocket me. Okay, turns out rushing the Banshee was just the play. Oh my god. Okay. Now, because we're able to reach this bridge again, that makes me wonder... Hey, and I get a checkpoint. Excellent. Yeah, why fight things when you can just not fight things? It's so irritating that that's the most effective strategy, is just fly in there and grab it. But, yeah, this is absolutely where I would hide a skull, probably. Actually, I feel like this is where I would have put the Acrophobia skull. Maybe it's like too obvious. Like they would just expect everyone to look here. Well, either there's nothing up here, or I'm just dumb. Well, I'm not hearing the skull sound indicator, so maybe I'll look another time. But yeah, I don't think anything is there. I can't believe that just flying in there with the ghost is the most effective way of doing that. That's so silly. Ah, there they are. I was going to say, where's the sentinels? I know I didn't kill them all. Ooh, problem is, how much damage do sentinels do to vehicles? Apparently it doesn't matter. They just don't fight back, apparently. All right. Okay. 9 rounds of the fuel rod versus 8 with the rockets. If I need to, hopefully I can come back for them, but ideally I shouldn't need them. The fuel rod feels pretty good.
Target remaining. Let's take care of the final pulse generator.
Good plan, Cortana. It's almost like that's why we're here. The effect of their shields breaking is so cool, because it's like the hard light variant. It's like glass shattering. Oh, are they just gonna keep coming? Oh, I don't like that. Oh, that's their eye changes color when they've acquired you. Let me grab that real quick. Okay. I'm more and more liking this iteration of the Sentinels. Historically, I've not really liked 343's take on the Sentinels, but I'm liking these ones. Okay, one more. Is that mission complete?
Final target neutralized. Let's get out of here.
Let's find a ride and get to the captain.
That'll take too long.
You have a better idea?
There's a teleportation grid that runs throughout Halo. That's how the monitor moves about so quickly. I learned how to tap into the grid when I was in the control center. Unfortunately, each jump requires a rather consequential expenditure of energy.
Something tells me I'm not gonna like this.
I'm pretty sure I can pull it from your suit without permanently damaging your shield. Needless to say,
What is this
I
cutscene?
think we should only try this once.
Do it.
Oh, what? Because it was exploding? Is that what we're saying? Okay. Once again, pausing it there. That last cutscene was interesting and very unnecessary. What did we really need a scene of Chief standing there while Sentinels can't aim? I'm not really sure what that was trying to convey. I guess they just wanted some more action because the original cutscene is just Chief and Cortana having a conversation. Because like that's all it needed to be. I don't know. Whatever. I told you I was going to nitpick. Okay, mission was interesting. I mean, it was still 2 betrayals, right? But the fact that you're able to hijack a Banshee very early on meant you were able to just skip so much of it, and yet it still ended up being, I think, the longest mission we've done so far. Now, granted, a lot of that is probably just due to my own incompetence, right? You know, I wasted a lot of time, well, dying in stupid ways, but then also exploring the little Easter egg area and finding the mythic skull. So that was cool. That was cool. I really like, I said it before, but you know, again, I like to get all this out in the wrap up as well. Putting all of like the classic rooms, like the original rooms, right, in that little Easter egg area where the mythic skull was. I really liked that. I even said, right, in Assault on the Control Room, I wish that they just had the original rooms in here, and there they were. Yeah, geez, is there anything else for me to add that I hadn't already? Because I mean, yeah, it was 2 betrayals. That final encounter is always a very difficult one. And now that we're using like more like modern Halo style balancing, that last fight is going to be incredibly difficult to like actually clear properly on any higher difficulty. That's probably something for like a full co-op team or something like that. Like, sure, you can do it solo. It's just going to take you forever, right? Especially because I don't know what it was, but I felt like the weapons were way more sparse than I remember them being on that mission. Like, I could have sworn I got a sniper at some point, and unless you save the one from the very beginning, which I ended up using up almost immediately, I don't know how because I didn't see any other snipers on that mission, and that feels really odd to me. I could have sworn there were more snipers. The twin bridges rearing their ugly head again with the lack of cover. And it's the same bridge design that's in the what used to be the interior chasm, right? I really don't like how those bridges had their cover removed from the sides. I still don't understand why that was necessary. All that does is make it easier for you to just get hit by things. I don't know. I've harped on that one long enough. The only other thing that I mentioned multiple times going through there is the like the garbage cleanup script, whatever it's called, that like clears old objects, dead bodies, weapons, and all that stuff from areas you've already passed through. The problem is it's way too aggressive. And again, I've had this problem in just about every single one of the post Bungie era games, right? Weapons get removed way too quickly. So like you're never able to backtrack and, oh, there's a rocket launcher in the last room, I'll just go grab it. No, you can't, because it got cleaned up already. There were so many times I went back to go find a weapon that I wanted to grab and it was just gone, or instances where like an enemy that I just killed like 45 seconds ago has already been deloaded along with their weapon. I don't know, it just seems strange how incredibly optimized, almost to the degree that it has a negative effect. Actually, no, not even almost. I would say it definitely has a negative effect on gameplay, that it is what I call over optimization, right? You're cleaning up garbage, but you're doing it way too aggressively. Because, like, sometimes I want to backtrack and go pick up a weapon, but you're telling me I can't do that for some reason. I didn't really have as much to say about the new variations of the rooms as I thought I would. Because, I mean, all the flood stuff that kind of came in and changed the way the rooms flow, I mean, it was there, sure, but I found it didn't really feel like it made that much of a difference. Like, of course, it literally did. It forces you into taking certain paths, but overall, I mean, it's still ultimately the same room, just with maybe a corridor blocked off or two. Tanks, I'm learning how to deal with tanks. Turns out the trick is just shotgun. That's pretty straightforward. You know what I did not do is I did not explore the center area where there's like the big tower, right? On top of which we found the Easter egg area with the mythic skull. I did not explore the interior of that. I wonder if it would have been meaningfully changed, but that's something for me to explore some other time. As far as like first impressions go, one again, just being able to hijack a Banshee so early on in the mission and skip so much of it, and we still ended up being like 2 hours. I was not expecting it to be that long, especially after, you know, you're able to get the Banshee and you're able to just skip so much of it. And I made up for that time. Don't you worry. Yeah, I guess not really as much to say about this mission. Yeah, nothing else that I haven't said before. Melee still feels kind of whack. Needs more cover. Weapons felt more sparse. Cleanup scripts is too aggressive. I know I'm saying a lot of negative things, but those are just the things that come to mind. Other than that, like, it's because the rest of it was just fine. Like, it was 2 Betrayals. Atmosphere is fine. The flood are great. Tanks are a little wonky, but otherwise, well, anywho, I guess we're just on to the next one. Keys should be interesting because that one should have a lot more new. Keys is where we're supposed to be introduced to the Spec Ops Covenant, right? But instead, we saw them in the last mission. Now, granted, that was an Easter egg area. Well, actually, were all the Fuel Rod grunts Spec Ops grunts? I wonder if they've just kind of streamlined the Covenant ranks. And they were just introducing Spec Ops elites and grunts way earlier in this version of the game. You know what? I guess we'll find out. Only way to find out is to actually go play it. So with that in mind, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. See you in the next part.